Good morning, Namaste. My appeal to the Prime Minister of India. Mr. Prime Minister, I was watching your speech in Telangana yesterday. You are talking big, you are announcing big schemes. You are saying that I will develop the roads, I want to change the name of Hyderabad to Bhagyanagar. Why don't you first change Ahmedabad's name before you change Hyderabad's name? You've been sitting in Gujarat before you became the Prime Minister for 12 years. 12 plus 8, 20 years. What did you do? You have not done anything. Your roads are terrible. It is a real misery. If you travel the whole of Gujarat, I did travel in 2015, and the roads are in a big mess. I was fascinated by your Sabarmati river, but then I realized I judged you too soon to be a good administrator. You are not a good administrator. I am sorry, I have to say that. Your selection of ministers itself is wrong, so how can you be a good administrator? When you can make Pon Radhakrishnan as the Minister of State for Finance, a man who has no knowledge of anything, and you make him a State Minister for Finance, that means you are taking the country and the people for granted. You see the roads in Karnataka, where your party is ruling. Are you justified in talking about road development? It is in a misery. The roads are in a miserable state. Preach before you first preach after you practice. Your administration in the states where your party is ruling is in a mess. And you are advising everybody. You are saying Beti Bachao and Beti Padhao. What is the state of women in UP? A few years back, your own MLA raped a girl, and what all mess, what nonsense they did. And then another child who was raped, how they burnt her in the night. Are you justified in talking about Beti Padhao and Beti Bachao? Do you have a conscience, Mr. Prime Minister, when you talk all this? Power is not everything, Mr. Prime Minister, and money is not everything. We need to lead a clean life. We have to have principles in our life. We live by our principles. Hinduism teaches us to be principled. Whichever religion, I am not talking about. Even Islam teaches its people to be principled. Even Christianity teaches its people to be principled. But in the name of religion, you are dividing the entire country. When it comes to y'all, when y'all talk something, it is not blasphemy, but when someone else talks, it's blasphemy. You people criticize the judges of the Supreme Court when it suits you, but when others criticize, it's an offense. Yes, the judges have criticized our past statements for your Nupur Sharma. They have also done it for Setalvad, Setalvad. I am no supporter of Teesta, but there should be some justification in whatever y'all are doing. Your conscience will tell what you did in Godhra. I thought you were good. I supported you in the Godhra riots. But then I realized many of you politicians, you do the mischief and then you cry as though you are innocent. I know many of your party people how they have thrown bombs on their own houses, and then they have said later that yes, we did this. So please, Mr. Prime Minister, don't think everybody is a fool to believe you all. If you really love the nation and its people, you first reduce all the GST and make it one tax. This is like a tuklak, like a clown's tax. This GST is like a clown's tax, which is sucking the blood of the common man. You want to reduce the direct taxes for the big corporates, but you want to increase the taxes for the common man. Is this the way that you come from a poor family? Doesn't look so. You seem to be a stooge for these big corporate crooks. I am sorry I have to use these words because my God is saying, speak up whenever Satyam. Whenever there is something going wrong, my God says, talk up. Mr. Prime Minister, you have been in the Gaddi for 8 years. You have been a Prime Minister for 8 years. What is the most constructive thing you have done? I have really not seen anything really good except for the 370 and 35A in JK, but that also the administration there is all messed up, like the demonetization. Don't think everybody is a fool to listen to all that you all are saying. You got all gangsters and goons in your party. Now it has come to know that the Udaipur killing has been done by two people who belong to your party. And that truth is coming out. But you are trying to create a problem all over the country with Hindus and Muslims. And then now in J&K yesterday they have found a Lashkar-e-Toiba a terrorist who is actually a member of your IT wing. So it is only members of your party who are indulging in such nonsense, who are creating everywhere attention, and then you all are trying to mislead and creating a tension between the Hindu and Muslim community. Hindus are basically tolerant people. We are not your Hindutva. Your Hindutva is all Gundaism. Your own people tell me that. Your own RSS people, your own BJP people with some sense tell me that this Hindutva thing of the BJP and RSS is wrong. People who have a conscience say that. They have told me that. So when your own party people are doing, that time who is talking, that time your IT wing doesn't spread all these rumors. Your IT wing with that Amit Malviya is spreading all nonsense. It's not good. And that nonsense is being shared by everybody else who are your supporters. It's not good for the country. Don't spread rumors. Don't spread lies. It's not good. It will boomerang for you all itself. Mr. Prime Minister, I had a lot of faith that you will do good, but you seem to be a total failure. You yourself are encouraging anarchism everywhere. It's not good for the country and its people. Please look into the GST taxes. It's going to kill the economy of this country. The people are going to hit the roads if this is going to continue. Mr. Prime Minister, stop all your state tours, jumping around with your political meetings. The country needs you to sit and look after the administration. You are not able to do that, but you are busy jumping from each state to one state to the other to derail those governments and opposition ruled states. It's not good. It's not good. The power has hit your head. You are totally in a state of intoxicated state. So, Mr. Prime Minister, think twice before you talk lies. Think twice before you instigate people. Think twice before you announce all these policies and schemes. Thank you, GITA TV and Swatantra Party members.